I want to start this video off with a full game spoiler warning. If you've not completed Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, I suggest that you come back to this video after you've done so. In this video, I'll be covering the current strategy for the free category of He of the Metal Face. If you want more background on this guide series, I'll have a link in the description to the first video in the series where I talk more about the structure of the series. I'll also have other useful links for mechanics and general information in the description, as well as a link to a Pastebin with the written version of the build and the strategy that I'll be covering in this video. Additionally, since this strategy uses replica Monados, I'll be linking the previous guide in the description in case you don't have access to them. That guide will still be marked as outdated in the playlist though. With that out of the way, let's get into the build. For the party that we're going to be using for this TA, it's going to be Dunban, Riki, Sharla. Additionally, equipment inheritance is going to be used, and since it's not used in most of the TAs right now, I want to verbally state that I will have a link in the description to a guide on how to perform equipment inheritance. Specifically, we're going to be making use of the replica Monados, which you can only use equipment inheritance with if you have not yet obtained them on your save file. The only one that really matters is the one that we're using on Dunban, which is the Monado Rudra. However, if you don't have access to the Rudra, the Abyss, which is what I currently have on Riki, will also get the job done. It just will be a little bit less consistent. For the equipment on Dunban, we have the Monado Rudra with first attack plus, attack stability, and critical up, as well as 2 strength up gems, attack plus from an Ether 5 frame, initial tension, and quick step. Basically the goal here is to just maximize our damage as much as possible, and with the initial tension and the critical rate up gem, we have a 50% crit rate with completely consistent damage. Don't worry about Riki's level. He's only level 87 just simply because I have this file set up to record the guide. In the actual attempts, you will want to have him level 99. On Riki, I'm using the Monado Abyss with physical defense down, weapon power, and double attack, as well as 2 strength up gems, haste from the glory gauntlets, and quick step. Putting the Monado Abyss on Riki is pretty unnecessary. The Machina Biter 3, which is right here, will work just as well on him in all honesty. I'm just using the Monado Abyss on him for this guide since it is technically optimal. And finally for Charlotte, her gear does not matter at all. The only thing that matters is that she has a quick step 6 gem. And also something I just forgot to mention before is that while I am using the Rudra and I have not tested this with the Machina Blade, I am decently sure that the Machina Blade 3 should work for this. If you don't have access to the Monado Rudra, though I'm not 100% sure that with the chip damage from Riki, they'll be able to one-shot wave 1 with it. For the arts on Dunban, we're going to be running Berserker, Magnum Charge, and Buster. All of these arts should be max level, though as I said before, my save file is not completely set up right now, so your arts should be a higher level than what I currently have here. For Riki, the only art that we have on him is Happy Happy. Basically, the reason why we're running this is that we don't want Riki to ever use any arts during this time attack, and since Happy Happy can only be used at high tension, he will never use it, so he'll always just run up to the enemy and auto attack. And for Charlotte, the only art on her that matters is having Peerless. For skills, we're going to be most of the skills are going to be pretty standard, but I do want to bring up the specific note that if you can, try to avoid unlocking Hero's Valor and Gentleman's Valor. It's not the end of the world if you do have them unlocked. The only thing that you're missing out on is the 15% or the 10% strength up that you can get from Invincible Hero, but it can matter sometimes depending on whether or not you have the replica Monados available and just basically what your damage rolls end up looking like. I'll go ahead and scroll through the skills real quick, though I'm not going to talk through each and every one of them. Basically, we're just trying to optimize our damage and give ourselves as much quick step as possible. And much like with her equipment, Charlotte's skills don't really matter, the skill tree doesn't matter at all, and the only thing that matters is that you have the 2 quick step skills on her. With all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the video review section of this video. So in this section, I'll be talking through my current PB as of the time of recording this. So at the start of the time attack, you're going to want to run off forward to the right over into this general area for about a second. I believe I used my first arts at 1.29 seconds on the timer. And then you're going to want to use Berserker, Magnum Charge, and Buster while focusing your allies onto Mumkar. If all goes well, Charlotte should use Peerless to give you strength up. Riki should inflict physical defense down with his auto attack, and then your Buster should kill him. We'll go ahead and watch this now. And then what we ran to is important because if you position correctly, you'll be able to hit the wave 1 Mumkar with Buster, while the wave 2 Mumkar will see you between the waves. So he'll run up to you, which saves you a bit of time on movement. So here we're essentially just going to want to target onto him again and start mashing Buster. And whenever we're able to, we're going to want to focus our allies onto him. The reason for this is basically why we picked Riki, which is that Riki's sheath and weapon draw animation are very fast compared to other characters, and this actually lets him get off an auto attack before a second Buster lands. If Riki does enough damage with this, he doesn't need to inflict physical defense down as long as you get 2 crits. But if Riki inflicts physical defense down and his auto attack happens to be fast enough to hit before your second Buster, then you will get the kill on Mumkar. I believe that Riki doesn't even get any of the haste buffs here, um, which I believe is something I forgot to show in the skill links. I'll put that in the a note about that in the description in the Pastebin. But you can equip some of the haste skills on Riki, but there we go. And we can go ahead and look back at that again to see the order which some things happened. So here after the first Buster, this first little chip damage there is from Riki hitting his auto attack. Then a few frames later, Buster hits, and you can see physical defense downs inflicted, and that's what allows me to kill him. So we'll go ahead and let this play out as I go ahead and talk through the finish up. But I do hope that you found this video helpful, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. I know this one's been little bit rambly, but it's been late at night, but I just kind of want to record this and get it out without really re-recording things, so thanks for being patient with me. With all that out of the way, I hope that you found this helpful, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.